The MEC of Education in Limpopo has meanwhile visited the Elim Senior Secondary School outside Louis Trichardt to monitor the start of the new academic year. The school's grade 12 learners started their year on Monday, a week before the official start of the academic year. Limpopo's Matric class of 2024 ranked 6th nationally, attained 85.1% pass rate, and this was the first time in years for the province to reach the 80% threshold. Limpopo Education MEC Mavhungu Lerule-Ramakhanya joins us now virtually to speak about the province's anticipation ahead of the release of the NSC 2025 results next week. MEC, a very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Oh, good evening to you, and compliments of the new year.
Compliments to you too. Thank you so much. We certainly have the hope that you'll have a great year ahead. Now, MEC, let's get right to it. I mean, you visited the Elim Senior Secondary School. You described its Matric class of 2026 as early births. Just take us through what you saw at the school.
Thank you so much. Yes, today we visited Elim High. It's one of our high enrolled school. And when we are talking about the grade 12 class of 2026, we are talking about 250 learners. They are planned to start early, just like other schools, few schools in the province. It's about the orientation. They've moved with the learners from grade 11 to grade 12. And currently they are saying this week will assist the teachers in grade 12 to do proper orientation of all the subjects that they need, that they think the learners need to be brought to speed on. But secondly, they are looking on saying they prepare the learners early to be ready for school, because you'll remember after holidays, there are a lot of issues, social ills that are there around the learners. And when it's January, it's actually a very, very high time for learners to be all over shopping and all that. And so they had planned that with the SGB and the principal and the educators. And when we arrived, they were already in class. They are using the same timetable, and the break for the learners, because they are preparing food for them, they are taking them as the same as if already the school have reopened. And for the other grades, the parents are already collecting books. So we are very, very excited, and I think 2026 is awake and we are ready to start our academic year.
You know, MEC, the start of the academic year at this mostly rural province often sees numerous challenges, from complaints about delays in allocation of scholar transport to some schools, no-fee schools demanding payment before issuing learners with stationery, placement-related challenges in Polokwane. Are we likely to see similar challenges as this year starts? And what measures have you put in place to ensure that this doesn't happen?
Especially around Polokwane, we are still anticipating queues, but we have offloaded. There's a new primary and a new secondary that we have attached to an existing PEMS and existing Capricorn, where we have built and created more space for a new primary and a new secondary. We have already allocated teachers. So the same pressure that we are seeing in Polokwane is in Tzaneen. And I can confirm that in Tzaneen, we have not been able to place all the learners like what we have done in Polokwane, because in Tzaneen, we are identifying the areas where the learners comes from. They are leaving villages to the town, so it is giving so much pressure to our schools in town. So the plan that we have is that if there is space in those schools where we have got more enrollment, we are going to try and assist with two measures. One, we'll have mobile classrooms, but beyond that, we want to start to look at an option of expanding schools, rather than saying when we build, we are only building a new school. We need to also start to extend and build the classes. But for the readiness as well, you'll remember last year, Limpopo was hit in around October, November. We had severe storms that damaged some of the schools. So before the 20th, we'll be having contractors under our program of storm damaged schools that will be going into those schools to start to assist. That will create more classrooms for the learners.
All right, let's now talk about the class of 2025's performance. We know that the class of 2024 reached the 80% threshold for the very first time. Now, this is a target that the province had failed to reach for numerous years. Now, your hopes, to maintain this particular rate this year, but also let's talk about the strategies put in place to ensure that this happens, from the Matric camps and the weekend lessons. And I know that you just touched on mobile classrooms as well.
Yes, we are anticipating an increase. I was saying this morning that being the province on the rise is an addictive seat. We want to still preserve it this year. And we are hoping, you'll remember with the class of 2025, beyond just the camps and at Saturday classes, we also had them writing external examination more than writing internal examination, just to train them on how examiners can set up the exams. And with that, they were also doing very, very well. So with that, we are hoping that Limpopo will still be on the rise. We are ready for the minister to announce on Monday, but equally, on Tuesday at the ranch, when we are dealing with our own program, the department through the office and the office of the premier, we have prepared the goodies that we always prepared for our learners, the ones that will be getting awards, and also supplementing the issues. One of the things in Limpopo is that our learners will tell you that even if I've got a bursary, accessories for me, the transport for me to arrive where the bursary will start will need assistance. So that's what we're focusing on.
We're out of time, unfortunately, MEC, but just a quick question. I mean, the fact that there's often concern that once provinces cross a major milestone, then performance can plateau or regress. So what concrete measures are in place to ensure that this was not a once-off achievement?
We invested in teacher development. We invested in curriculum advisors. We invested in the support for the teachers in terms of planning syllabus. So we did not only focus on a learner, we are also investing on the educator so that then they are given proper support. So both the learner and the teacher, when they get support, it means all of us will be able to then be at the same part to try and uplift the academic performance for our schools.
All right. MEC, great chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice evening.
You too. Thank you. Well, many thanks to Limpopo Education MEC Mavhungu Lerule-Ramakhanya. And as the academic year gets underway, the early return of grade 12 learners at schools like Elim Senior Secondary reflects the province's push to build on last year's milestone performance.